What's up, lifelong learners? It's your boy, Mr. Hang, and this is what we're learning today. What are we learning? How to compose using shapes, light, and shadows. Why are we learning it? To be able to capture obvious shapes that are already created, or use lines, lights, and shadow, and other objects to create abstract shapes. How do we know we learned it? When students submit screenshots of their photo or of a shape or light and shadow edited in Lightroom. So this is what we're going to be doing, is focusing on shapes. So if you read here, it says shapes. Shapes can evoke many different types of feelings. So there is no particular feeling because it can range. And if you want to read more into it, click this link right here and read that. And then we're also focusing on capturing light and shadow to help create, and then light and shadow help to create abstract shapes and add different tones to colors based on the light and intensity. Now, I have a few examples right here already. And this one, I call this one, again, this is just lines, shapes, and this is just shadows. And I put myself in here and I call this one geometry. So if you say geometry really fast, you know the mathematical term I'm trying to say is geometry. So there's nothing special about this. It's just something that was fun. And then this is obviously a shape. And this shape has texture, not texture, but this shape has a pattern as well. So the O is going to stand out the most for the shape. And then they actually have extra shapes here, which are like the diamonds, okay? Or the square, if you want to call that square. And then right here is where I would like for you guys to be. It is using basically dark tones to create something that looks like shadows, but they're really not shadows. This is a light green tone with a dark green tone that my students have walked through. And I saw these steps and they were just, you can see that there's a light difference, but then the way I edit this in black and white made it look like as if they were implied lines right here, you know, curved lines and diagonal lines and stuff like that. And so I call this one after graduation because all the students were standing right here listening to me give instructions, and they all walked off into their own, you know, path to go find photos. But the cool thing about this is that if you don't train your eyes to see this and understand how to edit, you will not be able to pull out the darkness in this maybe shadow, if we want to call it shadows, but they're not really shadows. But yeah, this is basically edited the dark green tones to be much darker in black and white, and then the light green tones to be much lighter so you can see this. Okay, so another thing you can do is this. Here is the example again, but here's a different way of using shadows. So if you are doing the alphabet hunt and you see this shadow on the wall, you can see that these shadows with this line right here created like a C. And this was just like some kind of tarp that was blocking a part of this. This was a pole, this is another pole, and this is like a sign or a tarp on a pole. And so I knew that if I took a picture of this, I'll be able to edit it to make it look like there's a C. So this is how I use the shadow to make a C. And this is me at some playground, and I saw this right here made the letter O, and it had kind of pattern and texture because of the sand. But what stands out is this O using the shadow. So those are things I'm trying to get you to do with this assignment. And then once you have your assignment, you're going to go ahead and read through the instructions here, right here. You're going to come back, you're going to import, you're going to put these photos and new photos into your composition collection, and then you're going to do your basic color editing and all that stuff. And then you are going to submit the before and after, and this is the tutorial that I'm shooting right now that I'll have for you, for future students and other teachers I'm trying to help. And then you're going to do a before and after in develop module, take a screenshot, and then submit to this assignment, shapes and shadows. So for me, I like this one the best, this C right here. Some of you guys might like this one better, but I like this one. Let's see right here, and I would do before and after in the develop module. See that? Here's what I see before, here's what I see after. And then I would do a screenshot of this and then submit the work. All right, so hopefully you will get this done and turn this in. All right, again, submit this to the shapes and shadows assignment. All right, have fun with it. Bye. Rock, paper, peace.